So we completed a series of mini workshops and lectures over Mental Health Awareness Week. And I wanted to share a little bit about some of the tips and the approach that I took. The topic was managing anxiety and stress, and how we experience this can sometimes be a bit more up in the head, with catastrophizing, with planning, rehearsing, mental movements and mental patterns that get a little bit out of hand and mean we can't focus, we can't sleep, and relationships can start to suffer. For others, more they're feeling anxiety and stress in the body. Perhaps that's the heart pounding, sweaty, feeling sick. Maybe it's eating more or less, sleeping more or less, feeling tired, or feeling over-energized but not knowing where to put the energy. And so at the Dragon Academy, we work with body and mind in a holistic way, using the body and particularly movements as a way to help us regulate our emotions, and also to get a little bit more of a handle on some of that runaway thinking that can really make things much bigger than they actually are. Now, of course, our anxieties and worries that we have as individuals sit within a broader context of the society and the communities that we live in, and wanting to recognize that, of course, there's some pretty horrific things that are happening in our globe at the moment. And this approach is not a magic wand to make all of that stuff go away, but it is a call to invite us to see what we can do to manage our own mental and physical state, so that as we navigate this world, we can do so in a way where we can just increase the chances that every step that we take has mindfulness and compassion as an intention behind it. So if you want, you can check out the link below, where I'll share the link to the playlist where all the talks were recorded, and do get in touch if you would like the mini worksheets that went along with those practices that I offered. But I'll just give the highlights now. So in the first session, we went into this alert, relaxed posture. And for me, this is a way that I try to get some agency back in my body and my mind when things are getting a bit scattered or a bit confused. And when I find alert relaxation in my body, this really supports my brain to be in that same state. And if we can maintain this posture, even in chaos, there's a sense that we're choosing, we're getting back choice. And when I pull up my spine into this alert posture, I'm also giving more space for my lungs to allow my breath to support me. I'm also getting that sense of sort of standing tall as best I can, even when chaos is all around me. But I'm meeting it in this Tai Chi way, where I'm also softening and I'm responsive, not rigid. So it's really this combination of alertness and relaxation, something we practice all the time when we're doing Tai Chi or martial arts. We also did the humble shoulder roll, which is my top way for increasing my emotional intelligence and allowing my brain to drink in the information, particularly from the shoulders and the neck, which is a really common place where people hold a lot of tension in their body when they're stressed out. Also great for those who are working at the computer for long hours during the day, or perhaps driving. The third tip was hand on heart. And this for me is really the embodiment of how do I hold my heart when I'm suffering, when I'm disappointed, sad, angry, frustrated, annoyed with myself or others. Again, it's not a magic wand. It doesn't make all the difficulties of the world and relationships go away, but it's literally a movement of mind and body to give myself some soothing, to give myself a break, to not be so hard on myself. And actually, it's a really powerful way to soothe our nervous system. And this gives us a better chance of making a decision that's more in the direction that's aligned with our values. I find that when I'm acting out of that panic or threat mode of the nervous system, those tend not to be wise decisions. They're quite impulsive. They tend not to be decisions and actions that support relationships and communities, because I'm in a very selfish mode and I just want things to go my way. So it's a way of a micro moment of soothing. For some of the bigger problems, we also taught the going big exercise. This one you need to use a little bit carefully because it can be really powerful. And we got some feedback from participants saying actually they were working through some quite challenging moments using going big. And it's a way to use the body to help support the mind do this thing, which we hear about all the time in mindfulness and compassion practices, which is acceptance, opening, curiosity, and exploration. And this is quite hard to do when it's all just kind of floating around your head and the mental monkeys are attacking from all sides. So use the body in this going big movement to help us create a space where we can explore and really try to understand more about what's going on or what's triggering us or what really is the thing that we're not happy with. And then on the final day, we tried to bring it all together, and the invitation there was to try to really explore what it is we can do day by day to build resilience by paying attention to what our own soothing system needs. So I'm not an advocate of lists because I'm not you, I'm not in your world, I'm not in your context, I don't know what your budget is. So, we all have to kind of think about our own ways and means that we have for self-soothing. But for example, we just had a long weekend here in the UK and I really dedicated some time to face massage, hand massage, foot massage. And those are three of the things that I try to do regularly to help me get into my body, listen to my body, and do things that can help me to soothe and also make sure I get a good night's sleep, which becomes especially important when we're stressed and anxious. So please like, comment, share, subscribe if this content is speaking to you. You're welcome also to join the Dragon Warriors private Facebook group where I'm sharing things a little bit more detailed, some of the science, some practice tips, and of course a community of people who are all working to try to embed some of these micro moments of mindfulness and compassion into their day-to-day life. And you can also reach out if you want the mini workbooks that go along with each of those days that we explored for Mental Health Awareness Week. So, wishing you well, more chi for your work and play.